What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We're going to get straight into some gameplay today. 10 more FUT Champions games to come and it's been an alright weekend of FUT Champs. A few games I got triggered in, a few tough games that just set me off. I know I said once again, I said in yesterday's video that I'm not going to really play much this weekend, but I actually love FIFA. I love playing FIFA and I enjoy this game. So when FUT Champs is there and I want to play FIFA, FUT Champs is the game mode that I'll play. So it seems like every week we're going to get through some games, maybe 15 to 25. But what I'm not going to do this month of January, under any circumstance, is force the games out. I know one of the weekends, I think the first weekend of December, I sat there until 5 o'clock Sunday morning forcing out. I had 26 games left to play on Sunday. And I sat there and just forced them all and forced it and forced it and forced it until I had them all played. I'm not going to do that again this time. I'm just going to play casually, essentially, and see what we end up with for the weeks, for the months, and what else we can do with the account throughout the rest of the month without a serious FUT Champs run in there. If you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. The first comment is from Adan Nur. The top comment as well on the video just says nothing but love, Nep. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all the kind words on the series and on the videos. It seems like a lot of people are happy for FUT Champs to take a backseat, even just for 1 month, just to see what else we could do with the account. I was worried, like quite concerned, not like in a state of like discontent or anything, but I was concerned that this channel would slow down and die out if FUT Champs wasn't the staple part of the series. But it turns out that a lot of you guys are actually more interested to see what I can do without FUT Champs for a month than me actually playing FUT Champs intensely for a month, and that's really awesome to see. One of the comments, let me grab the it was going to be one of the last comments that I read, but we'll read it first. It's from WMWHD, one of the other top comments, and he says, you suggested something a couple of videos ago about playing 40 games of draft throughout the week instead of FUT Champs at the weekend. I think that'd be a great idea and would reveal a lot about the most efficient way to spend time. And I agree, and I think a lot of people like WMW are excited to see what we can do in terms of progressing the account without FUT Champs. And I think that actually relates more to a lot of you guys, because I have such a heavy account right now with so many millions of coins. We've got icons, we've got Ronaldo, we've got a fully stacked club, and it's because I've finished so well in squad battles and so well in FUT Champs. Now, not playing squad battles hasn't been detrimental to the growth of the account, and it hasn't been detrimental to the series in general. And so it would be great to see, hey, if I play, draft for a week instead of FUT Champs for a week, what is the true difference? Are we making hundreds of thousands of coins less, or are we making a few thousand coins less? Like, for example, if you played draft instead of FUT Champs for 40 games and you came out roughly 50,000 coins less than if you played FUT Champs, you'd probably go to draft. It's more fun, you get to use different players, different formations, you get more and consistent packs. There's no like, you have to wait until this day to get your packs. It's no, you play the draft, you either win or don't win, and then you get your rewards. And I think it would be exciting. I think next week I'm going to try my best from Monday to Friday. I'm going to try my best to get as many drafts in as possible. It might not be 40 games, and it might just be like, say, 1 draft a day. But we might just do a 5 days of draft. How about that? So 20 games maximum, 5 days of draft. It will cost us to enter those 5 drafts 75,000 coins. So even if we made 120 to 150,000 coins off of 5 drafts and made 50 to 75,000 coins profit, I still think that would be okay. And then especially playing a slow casual weekend league where we'll still make another 100,000 coins or so all told, that wouldn't be so bad at all. That really wouldn't be so bad at all. So we'll consider that going into this next week. Obviously, I want to do what's best for the series, though. I want to make sure you guys are enjoying the series at the same time. There's no point me just plowing into draft and then everyone hating draft. I still have the Draft of Glory series on my main account. That won't interfere with the drafts that we play on this account through the week. They will be specifically for this channel and for this series. But I already play, obviously, drafts. When I play Draft of Glory, it's on this account. And over the last few drafts that I've played, I've made good profit. I think the last draft I played, I made about 20,000 coins profit. The draft before, I made about 15,000 coins profit. So just off of the last 2 drafts, I've made about 40,000 coins. So that's already the amount of coins that I would have made from playing to Gold 3/Gold 2 on Champs, and all I'm missing is the packs. It's not so bad, is it? It's not so bad at all. So we're in a good spot, I think. We're in a really good spot with how to progress this account without having the intense, insane pressures of FUT Champions. And we're in a good spot for that because of the fact that we have a great team and a lot of coins to trade with. If we can even trade, you know, even if I make 10% coins per week, which I think in terms of like a business sense, in terms of like generating revenue to profit for 10%, it's reasonably doable. And even if we say 5%, if I can turn my 4 million coins and upgrade it 5% per week, I'm making 200,000 coins per week just off of safe investments that fluctuate up to 5%. I need to figure out what those investments are, when to invest in them and how to buy them, but that might be a nice way to do it as well. Or it might be, you know, maybe I'll set a 5% profit margin on snipes. Say try and start sniping players that are usually worth 10k, try and snipe them for 9k, list them up at 11k for lazy buyers and just have a trade pile full of cards like that and just make money like that. Another good way to make coins. It's not the most enjoyable thing to do, but again, I explained this when I invested in the Luis Gustavos. For me, somebody who gets to spend many hours and every day on this account, I have the ability to do that. For those of you that don't have the ability to spend many hours and every day on the account, I suggest longer term investments. So the cheapest informs that are like way undervalued, like that Luis Gustavo I was selling for, I sold them all off for like 25 to 26k. I bought them all for around 23 to 25k. Some of them I made profit on, some of them I didn't. And he's actually still at 25k right now, which is really interesting to me. What are the lowest rated 85 informs right now? Let's go and have a look at what the lowest rated 85s are for informs and see if he's still good value. So in terms of the lowest, this is PlayStation only. So Gustavo on PlayStation is 23 to 24k. Perrin is 25k and Pastore is then 27k. So there's still margin for growth with that Luis Gustavo. I still think is a good buy. And the reason being is because once something released that is heavy needed for informs, and I think once the next huge Prime Icon comes, that will be the case. Because this time around, the Prime Icons weren't amazing. You know, Vieira was the only one that I sit there and think people would really desperately want him. But even then, I think his 86 and 88 are more than good enough to the point where it was enough to turn people away from completing that Prime Icon SBC. Once the Ronaldinho, the R9s, the Pelés, the Maradonas, the Ruud Hullits come, the Lothar Matthäus, once those guys come, the Paolo Maldini, etc., once those guys come, I feel like people are saving up a lot for those. And that's when the informs are going to really change structure. So if you did want to do long-term investing, I think things like Gustavo, you know, even just picking up like 3 or 4 of him at 23 to 24k and just leaving him on your trade pile. He's never going to go lower than this. Like, this is the bare minimum for an 85 rated inform at 23, 24k. He's not going to go lower than this until potentially team of the season, when it's then cheaper to get like 90 rated cards than it is to get 84 rated cards, just because of how common team of the seasons are to be packed. But yeah, in terms of like the next sort of 2 to 4 months of investing, you won't lose out on picking up a few Gustavos and investing in them long term. So that would be good for the long-term investment kind of guys. But definitely interested in going into the draft this week and seeing what we can do from it. Faisal plays with 38,000 subs. Congratulations on your success, my friend. Says, there is really no reason for me to comment, but only wanted to say that you're the best FIFA YouTuber, an amazing guy. You're much better than Tobias Gaming. Love from Saudi Arabia. Yo, Faisal. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you for the kind words. And again, a lot of thumbs up on that, man. I appreciate you guys and all the good fortune that you bring to me and to this channel.
Probably got about 5 thumbs up, didn't it?
It had like 270 thumbs up, but yeah. Manuel Ramirez says, hey Nep, would you ever consider doing a series where we pick the team we play with, similar to NepentheZ Hunting We Will Go series last year? Love the videos. I wouldn't, no. The problem is, it's such a shame, right? And it is a shame, because I used to play subs and viewers all the time back in like FIFA 12, 13, 14. And I used to have a series in FIFA 11, I believe, maybe FIFA 12, where I played subscribers and I kind of tracked the wins and losses. And it was always fun. The problem now is that the channel is so big, there are so many people, that it just becomes a bit of a mess to do things subscriber recommended. So if you guys recommend a team, it actually causes more controversy and negativity than it does positivity, because I picked that guy's team instead of that guy's team, and he posted his comment last and I posted my comment first and you picked his team, and you know, I've been subscribed longer and you played this guy, and I've asked you 100 times and he only asked you 3 times and he got the game. And it just, like, it's sad because I would love to be able to play all of you, and I'd love to be able to look at all of your teams and test out all of your teams. There's just not enough time in the day to do it. And as I say, unfortunately, it just causes more negativity than it does positivity, which is a shame. And it's nobody's fault. It's no one person's fault. You know, it's just, It's the internet, man. It's the internet. Pankaj Kalra says, I would personally not enjoy FIFA Mobile. So in yesterday's video, we talked about potentially putting FIFA Mobile onto this channel. Still something I'm heavily considering. There were a lot of people saying they wouldn't enjoy FIFA Mobile with a lot of thumbs up. This comment personally has 409 thumbs up. But there are also a lot of comments that said I'd love to see FIFA Mobile with a lot of thumbs up too. So I think what will happen is if/when I do kind of take a look at whether or not I want to upload FIFA Mobile on a consistent basis, I will make sure that the videos are very, very clearly titled and thumbnailed to the point where those of you that don't want to watch FIFA Mobile and wouldn't enjoy FIFA Mobile will know that this is a video that you shouldn't watch. And then at that stage, just everyone's happy then, you know. People that want to watch it, get it. People that don't have to watch it, and the Road to Glory will still be uploaded. So we'll go that way along with it. Avery Del Favero says, you don't need FUT champs for us to love watching your vids, so don't rely on a terribly structured game mode to ruin your personal life. I appreciate that, man. And this comment was less about the fact that you know, FUT champs is really poorly structured and such, and more about letting it ruin my personal life. Last year was a really tough year. Personal reasons anyway, with the court case and stuff, it was a tough year, but it was a really tough year for me to adjust to working more hours than ever before. You know, I think back to FIFA 16, FIFA 15 and earlier, and I would work a bare minimum, you know, like a genuine bare minimum. I would have lots of time for other activities. Since FIFA 17 and even more in FIFA 18 because of squad battles too, from the minute I get up almost to the minute I go to bed, barring a little bit of time here or there, I'm just always sat at my desk working, one way or another, whether it be editing, uploading, sorting out tags and titles, getting graphics made, preparing videos, recording videos. It could even be something as simple as streaming or communicating with other content creators or watching other content to stay relevant, reading Reddit or forums to make sure I'm up to date on all the information. It all boils down to work. It all comes in as work. And I know the term work for YouTubers is a loose term on many people's lips. But for me personally, you know, there's a lot that goes into my two channels and a lot of stuff that people don't see and don't assume is something that happens. And that has more happened this year than ever before. And taking FUT champs a little bit lighter would be great. Just to, even, you know, if I don't play 20 games, that's like 4 or 5 hours worth of extra time that I don't have to play. But also then videos that I don't have to render, edit, upload, talk over. I probably save myself 15 or 20 hours over a weekend and through Monday and sometimes Tuesday as well, just off the back of not playing an extra 20 games at FUT champs. So with that time, I can spend that time doing things that I would want to do in my personal life, spending time with family, working on the channel in other ways, you know, not always playing FUT champs. So yeah, definitely going to be changing our outlook on how we play FUT champs. And hey, we'll take January, like I say, and we'll test out trading, we'll test out investing, we'll test out playing FUT champs casually. We might go back into squad battle for a week and see if I'm still good enough to get top 100. We'll test out draft and see if that's a reasonable way to make profit through the week without FUT champs. And we'll see in January whether or not it's viable to pursue this without FUT champs. And who knows, maybe it will be the sign of a good thing. If we can teach people that you don't need FUT champs to progress in this game, maybe it will be a good thing for everybody in general. Maybe it will really start to force EA to understand that, hey, these guys, they're actually giving up FUT champs because it's just not worth the time invested. Only Zhao says, I think a good video idea would be playing on Gfinity. Maybe you'll play till you lose. Let us see the best match in your opinion and just analyse the match errors that you made, errors that the opponent made, etc. I would love to play Gfinity. The problem with Gfinity is, and the reason why I didn't play it last year, is that they start their games at 6 PM every day. Every tournament that starts for the ones that I'm allowed to enter, because I'm in like European region, they start at 6 PM UK time. And unfortunately for me, that is prime time for video making, because that's also when EA release new things. And in the rat race that is YouTube, if I want to be one of the first to get up the new SBC or the rewards weekly or monthly or marquee matchups or, you know, league SBCs or new prime icons, I have to be there at 6, which means I miss the first game, which means I'd be eliminated, which means I can't play. So sadly, I can't play the tournaments on Gfinity because of that. I've got a lot of pro players that are friends and acquaintances and a lot of top 100 guys and even just Elite 1, Elite 2 level players that I can play more consistently, and I would love to do that. Again, it's just about finding the right time. You know, time is such a tricky thing for me right now. Just to not to find an hour here or there to play a game, or play a couple of games or a best of 3 or anything, but to find the right hour that suits both parties and is at a reasonable time. Like, for example, last night at about 4:30 a.m. I played a game of PUBG with Zoe and Toby, and that would not have been a good time to play FIFA because I was so tired and so burnt out of the day of playing FIFA that to play 3 more intense hardcore games against a top 100 guy just wouldn't have been enjoyable, and I wouldn't have given it my best. So it's not necessarily about playing the people, is about playing them the right times that actually benefit me. MG Kerr says, love your videos, Nep. I've never been first, can I get 10 likes? He did get 10 likes, guys. He got 21 likes, well done. And last but not least, Adam Delaney says, what if you don't play all your games? Maybe like 20 a week or whatever. You could play for a full month, then not play for a full month. Just some ideas, as I love your Foot Champs content, keep up the good work. And I think that's kind of where we're at this week. You know, I've already played 20 games. It's 7 p.m. on Sunday night right now. I'll be able to get in at least 4 or 5 more games, maybe 8 or 10 more games, depends if I get some rage quits or how frustrated this game makes me. But yeah, I think this month we'll go and look at just playing it casually, you know, just as many games as I can be bothered to on Friday and Saturday, and then depending on where we're at on Sunday, I might push up a few ranks, you know, like right now I'm finished this weekend on right now I finished this 20 games on 16 wins, so getting up to Gold 2 is going to be relatively easy, you know, 5 wins out of 20 games on a Sunday night where people are just rushing games and rage quitting quickly. I think Gold 3 will be a definite. You know, 2 more wins. I'll go and get those 2 wins just for the sake of getting to Gold 3 and not having to qualify throughout the week. But Gold 2 might also be an easy possibility because there's only 3 more wins on top of Gold 3. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the next few games goes. This is going to be the end of the gameplay though, guys. We're going to go live. We're going to look at the account, look at the team, look at some stats and stuff. So I will be right back. Alright guys, we are 20 games deep in Foot Champs now. We would have talked a lot about some things. I'm not going to harper on too much about it. I haven't recorded the post-com part yet that you would have watched first, so I don't know what I have specifically and haven't specifically talked about. But as you can see, there's 20 games remaining. I'm 16-4. 1 deserved loss in there for sure. And then 3 contentious games that, if I was just a bit of a better player, probably could have been able to pick up W's. So not bad, especially given the fact that we're using a good team, but not the team. You know what I mean? We're not using like an insane team. Coutinho, this 87 rated Coutinho is not great. 4 goals and 10 assists from Cam in 22 games is just very, very underwhelming. You know, Rui Costa, who plays Cam for me mostly, you can see there, has 320 goals and 471 assists in 654 games. So, you know, that's over like 780 goal contributions in 650 games. And Coutinho, especially given the first sort of like 8 to 10 games of Foot Champs are generally easier, doesn't even have over a goal and an assist per game ratio. So he's just not really doing it for me. Gabriel Jesus has been okay, 11 goals and 12 assists in 20 games. Cristiano Ronaldo still the absolute main man for me there. So yeah, lots of goals, lots of assists in lots of games. Matuidi, Rui Costa and Herrera as my centre mids. Matuidi obviously drops into CDM's good. I'm happy to have 2 defensive-minded centre mids, and I knew it was going to be like a kind of the case. I know if I finish all 40 of my games, I'll get around 29 wins again. Maybe 28, 27, maybe 31, 32, but around 29 wins again. Just because like this team goes to show, and the team I've got Elite 1 with goes to show, and the team where I scraped 29 wins with that was an insane team goes to show the fact that team at a certain point is just irrelevant, and it comes then down to player skill and you know, human composure. And I'm just not there. I'm just not staying composed enough. So it doesn't matter if I have Vieira in this team, doesn't matter if I have Henry in this team, Maldini in this team, doesn't make any difference. I'm still going to perform to my average standard level until I actually get better at this game. My consumables are selling well. I need to start setting... I got these in draft, by the way. Draft to Glory would have been on the main channel. You would have seen that by now already. I got these... you know, consumables selling well. I need to set a timer on my phone, funnily enough, for every hour, so that I know exactly when to come on and refresh the list. Because although they're selling nicely, you can see here, I sold the Welbeck because Arsenal played and he started today. I'm selling lots of squad fitness cards. You know, we've got about 30 of them sold here, or 25 or so. They don't really sell for 1,400 too much, the odd one here or there. They don't really sell for 1,200 too much, the odd one here or there. But they sell for 1,000 pretty much all the time. All of my 1,000 coin listed fitness cards went. So I relisted a load more at 1,000. as you'll see there, and I kept a load at 1400 again, just to see the difference between how much they sell between 1400 and 1000, and if I can still get rid of them at 1400, happy days. If not, I'll be selling them all for 1000, and that'll be good anyway, because it's still a lot of profit. You know, it's still 60,000 to buy 100 and 100,000 to sell 100 after tax, still making 35,000 coins a turnover. My problem is I'm not getting on the console enough to refresh, and it takes like 2 seconds. I can even have the web app open and just press relist unsold items. So I need to get on top of that just to make sure we've got a continuous influx of coins coming in through this squad fitness method. I don't know how many more games I'm going to play this evening. I'll definitely play up to gold 3 just so I'm auto qualified for next week. I didn't want to play so many games this week because I didn't want to put myself in a position where I could get Elite Monthly. Because as soon as Elite Monthly is out of my realms of possibility, I'll definitely take this game mode less serious for a month. But I've only been playing casually this weekend. I've only played 3 games on Friday. I played like maybe 7 or 8 games on Saturday, and I played like 7 or 8 games today on Sunday, and that's our 20 games done. So once I make my videos this evening and then Sunday evening rolls around, I'll have some time later on this evening to play 5, maybe 10 games. So we might get through 25 or 30 games, and for me, it just speaks volumes about how if there was just one extra day, or if the format was changed drastically anyway. I think the format should just be changed like overall anyway. But if there was one extra day, I would be able to get through 40 comfortably every single weekend. But yeah, I'm happy to play it casually right now. Let's assume we finish on 18, maybe 20 wins. If I get to 20, I'd push to 21 just to get that gold 2 set. So if we actually got to 21 wins, that would be an average of 84 for the month, which is gold 1. Obviously, I'd push on to get the extra one. Like I'm in a good spot for Elite 3, even with only playing 20 games so far this week. And if I play 5 or 10 more this evening, just because I am playing, because I enjoy the game and because it's casual, I still might end up getting something like gold 1 this week or gold 2 this week and still be in a good spot for Elite 2 or Elite 3 monthly. And I hope to be able to play like this every weekend for this month. Not forcing 40 games, not forcing games on Fridays. Definitely want to play less games on Saturday. I want to try and reduce the number of games that I play on Saturday altogether. But next weekend, what I'm going to try and do, maybe the weekend after, once we've got Team of the Year, what I'm going to try and do is a new schedule for playing my games. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play 4 games as soon as I get up on Friday, 4 games in the afternoon on Friday, and then 4 games in the evening on Friday. So break it into sets of 4. So that'd be 3 sets of 4. That'd be 12 games played on Friday. On Saturday, I'm going to try the same thing again. 4 games when I get up, 4 games in the afternoon, 4 games in the evening, and that'll be another 12 games done. And then on Sunday, the same. 4 games in the morning, 4 games in the afternoon, 4 games in the evening. And that will leave 4 games to force in late Sunday night, depending on how well I'm doing during the week. And I hope to be able to do that to just take away the intensity of the situation. You know, 4 games when I get up, boom, no problem, and then just 4 games in the afternoon. So if I am playing bad, if I'm going through a rough spot, the worst case scenario, I lose 4 games, and I don't think that would happen anyway. Hopefully I could at least win 50% of the games, and hopefully just reduce the amount of stress of playing, like, because currently I play like 8 or 10 in a sitting, and it's just too much. So I'm going to hopefully change that around through this week. Or next week, well, this coming weekend, because I won't have the Team of the Year players, I'm gonna try not playing Saturday. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can on Friday and as much as I can on Sunday. But again, playing casually, just so that I can take Saturday off. Because again, this week I'm 16-4 after 20 games, which in my opinion is a very good record. You know, we're on course for Elite 3 weekly if we did actually manage to get all the games out. But I went from 4-0 to 7-3 because I played those 6 games on Saturday. So I still went 3-3. I actually went 4-4 on Saturday after I played a few more games in the evening. So I played 8 games on Saturday and I won 4 and I lost 4. So it's just stupid again, man. Saturdays, for some reason, it doesn't matter what portion of the weekend league I'm in, whether I'm at the start of my run or the end of my run, I always go down to a 50 to 60% win rate on Saturday. So if I can reduce that, reduce the number of games I play on that day, should hopefully increase the number of wins I get over the course of a week. But there's only one way to test that out, so we'll test that out next weekend. Worst case, by looks of things here, guys, I'm going to get gold 3 weekly, which is okay. Gold 2 potentially, which is also quite nice. 45,000 coins for gold 2, so that's not bad at all. And already monthly, we're looking like we should easily be able to get into gold 3, gold 2, gold 1 territory without even trying. I'm actually happy with that. I'm very, very content with that. So this, for now, is going to be the end of the video. Hopefully we'll have 5 to 10 more FUT Champs games for you. It depends. If I start playing now and I get triggered, it might be 1 or 2 games. Like that's what I kind of want to eliminate from my weekend league, is me getting angry at FIFA. So if I play another game now and I just start getting mad triggered, I'm just going to leave it. And I might come back in a few hours afterwards and play a few more, but every time I get like just a mad frustrating game, I'm just going to leave it for a few hours and we'll see how many we can fit in. So tomorrow's video might have some more FUT Champs gameplay, it might not. But this for now, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.